What's up? Welcome to the Life Lessons with Zan podcast. If you're tuned into YouTube and you're watching, thank you for watching. And if you're tuned into an audio podcast platform, thank you for listening. The objective of Life Lessons with Zan is to learn from life events. Whether it be things that are happening in my personal life, other people's lives, books, media, news, history, pop culture, whatever the case may be. We're here to have conversations about it and draw lessons from it. This is episode 8. Let's get it poppin'. So, as y'all know, sometimes I use my notes as a little bit of a reference, so I'll be doing that today again. And today's episode is about your passion and making sure that your passion is true to the heart. Making sure you're doing your passion for valuable reasons. I've learned when it comes to your work, it has to be from the heart. True passion cannot be faked. In me working on my YouTube, my podcast, and pursuing my career goals, and pursuing creativity just overall, I've gained several new ideas. Different business ideas, products and services, all focused on different things. Some in the beauty world, some in tech, some in investing, some in administrative work. I grew to have lots of different ideas, just really feeling that creative energy, I think, and really just relishing in my creativity and thinking of another idea like, oh, this is good, and I can do this soon, oh, this is good, and just bouncing back and forth between all these ideas in my head that I was really excited to start. I find myself excited by my ideas, but specifically excited for one purpose, and that was really the money that they could make me. I became driven by the idea of like the riches and the glamour and all these things that these ideas could potentially give me, and I started to like plan and plot and steadily work to see how I can make these things happen. I started to work steadily just to see how I can make these ideas happen and make, more importantly, the money I believe that they could make me happen. I was truly driven by, the glamour and riches of the ideas more than the process of the ideas themselves. And in that, I soon realized that me doing all these things are not possible simply because I don't have all the time in the world. And mostly because I didn't care about most of the stuff that my ideas were. I didn't care about all of the business ideas that came to my head. They weren't really true to my heart. They were good ideas, but not every good idea is something to be invested in. And the difference between the ones that you invest in and that you don't invest in is your care for it, how much work and investing you choose to put into it, because that's what you find valuable, that's what you actually care about. And I realized I didn't care about a lot of these ideas. I just saw them as ways for me to profit. And profit's not bad, but it's important to pursue ideas for more reasons than just money. And that's getting into the 2 life lessons that I've learned from this experience. So the 2 lessons that I've learned from this, well, the overall lesson that I've learned from this is that when you pursue something, it has to be from the heart. You have to actually care. And the 2 reasons are because 1, impact is better than reward, and 2, it's important to do things for the right reason. So as far as impact is better than reward, I'll read to you now what that means. Do the work, not for the reward, but for the impact. The impact will keep you in check because the impact is about others. It's about community, the greater good, something more than yourself. And when you work for something that is more than you, you find so much more satisfaction and appreciation in your journey. When you work for the impact, you can weather the storm of the trials and errors. The failures pale in comparison to the successes. It's hard to be down when you think of how you can put everyone on when you're up. And overall, what I meant by that just was, I feel like when you pursue an idea, when you pursue something, it's important that you're not the only person who will benefit from it. 1, because it's good to give to others. It's good to be someone who's of the community. It is just a good, morally right thing, in my opinion, to do, to be able to give to others, to be able to bless others the way that you have been blessed. And 2, working for one person is not enough of a motivational force. That's not to say that you're not important, of course, but to only work for self and for you to be the only person, and I say this because I've experienced this myself, for me to be the only person to benefit from the things that I do is kind of like whack. Like, it kind of goes to the saying, like, what's all the money in the world if you don't have anybody to share it with? You know, what are all these things if you don't have anyone to enjoy it with? And I am truly like a hard believer in that. What is the point of so much success and riches and fame if you're the only one who can enjoy it? It just becomes boring after a while. So that's why I say, like, when you work, when you do your passion, make sure that you're doing it in a way that benefits others too. Make sure that you're doing it in a way that is a good Samaritan, that you're giving to others too, that you're giving to your community, that you're blessing others as well. I feel like when you give to others and when you make it a mission in your heart to be able to give to other people, there's so much more value in your success, and there's so much more value in being joyful because you didn't just do it for you, you did it for other people too. And at the same time, the failures don't hurt as bad, and the failures don't keep you down as long because you have more than just yourself that you're working for. You have more than just superficial things that you're working for. You have a greater cause. So the bad times don't get you down as badly because you're working for something greater. And moving on to number 2 of why I feel like working in a way that is true to your heart is very valuable. If money is your only motivation, you will become cold. That's kind of like my lesson number 2. Like, money is not should not be the only motivation, and also / doing it for the right reasons. So I wrote this for that part. You can always have more money, but you cannot always have more time with loved ones. Money can buy things and experiences, but it never purchases anything that is permanent, like a long-term friendship or memories with family. Money can bring us many things like security and safety and opportunities. And while all of these things are deeply important and valid, they do not represent our emotional or spiritual well-being, where happiness, joy, and peace resides. And yeah, just the basically, like, money is not the only thing in the world. Now, don't get me wrong. Get your bag. I am never trying to tell anyone to not make money. My purpose is more so focusing on the other riches that we don't focus on. Money is so important, and I believe in generational wealth so deeply. I don't ever want anyone to get it twisted that I don't think you should make money. Never. I just more so also want us to pay attention to other riches: emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, community, family, love, these things that kind of aren't as popular, and these things that are kind of taken for granted. We just kind of assume that I feel like sometimes we just kind of assume that we have these things, or we just assume that they're granted and that they're guaranteed, but they're not. They have to be worked. The same way you have to work for money, you have to work for good relationships. The same way you have to work for money, you have to work for good quality of life. And I just want those types of riches to be things that we focus on more, because those riches are the riches that are really going to bring us overall peace and joy. Money will get us the Bentleys and the Chanel bags, and you know what I'm saying, the lace fronts and nails and the glasses. Like, money will get us looking real good and being able to do like dope shit, you know. So I'm never trying to tell anyone to not get their bag, but also understand there are other riches that are valuable as well and are more long-term. So yeah, that is my episode on why your motivations have to be from the heart. It's so important to understand what's valuable in this life and what is not, and really start to shift our focus towards things that are better, towards things that are greater, towards things that just will give us overall better quality of life, and not get caught up in the small stuff so much. So yeah, that is episode 8 of why your motivation should be true to the heart. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for fucking with me. I love y'all so very, 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 very much watching my videos and supporting me. Yeah, bye. See you next time.